Hey guys, it's Ryan here, bringing you another episode of the RyanL83's Hotlap guide for F1 2012, and this week we're in China, in Jenson Button's McLaren Mercedes, as we're about to start the Hotlap. China's a very interesting track which I'll go into later in this video, but we're going to kick the Hotlap off and we're going to approach the first of two snell sections around this circuit, and you're going to brake, just got to brake into fourth, then drop it slowly through the gears to gear 1 and touch the apex of the first part. And then again, once you're over the bump, brake and just keep it into first gear. Quickly go up the gears to third gear. Use half your curves down this first of many back straights towards the first hairpin. Brake at the 100 meter board, drop it into first gear and get a good exit, deploying the DRS and approaching this very fast left-hander. For me, it's completely flat in fifth gear, 162 maximum, then brake for the second part of the chicane, drop it into third, keep it around this corner, and then brake into second gear for the double left-hander. For me, before the exit of the second part, I'd drop it into third to give me a bit more stability. Coming down to the start of the final sector, I brake at the 100 meter board and drop it into first gear. Have a bit of a lock-up, nothing too major of there. And then this part here is very tricky to get right. You quickly go up the gears into third, up to fourth. Use the DRS as early as possible and use the remaining of your curves down this very, very long straight now. I think it is the longest in F1, I'm not really too sure. But as we're approaching the very hard corner, that is the hairpin in this last sector, I brake at the 150 meter board, drop it quickly through the gears into first gear, have a bit of a lock-up, nothing really too major. And coming down to the final corner is another key corner to get right here. As I brake just before the D&L sign into second gear, then quickly up to third, and get a very good exit and use the DRS as we cross the finish line. It's a 33.947, and guys, that is the end of the Hotlap for China. And now, as always, I'm just going to take you through the assists I use for this Hotlap. And once again, throughout the other episodes I've been doing, I've been using no assists whatsoever, and I'm racing on an Xbox 360 controller pad, as I've been asked that many times on my previous videos. But we're going to go into the setup now, and this one, it is a highly downforce track, but for qualifying for the aerodynamics, I would use the following, as it will come up on the screen now: 1-1 wings. But for the race, I would recommend 2 to 3-1 wings, as remember, we'll be having heavy fuel load. The brakes is the same as Australia and Malaysia, high, small, 4852, ABS runners, high standard, and the wheel use is high standard as well, and use the same brake balance as well. Onto the balance now, and once again, it's the same as it was in Malaysia. It's 111. You need a stable car through the first two sectors, so that's why I'm running 111. The suspension is the same as last week or the other week before, 1-1-11-11. You want as much tyre wear as possible, so that's why I'm running that. The gearbox, the first 4 gears is just 2 clicks to the right from the standard. Then 5 and 6 are roughly the same as standard, and 7th is 216 miles an hour. The engine, qualifying, we run about 4 laps of fuel, or 3 if you want to take a gamble. And the alignment is the same as well as every other episode we've done. So that's the setup, and we're going to go straight now onto the braking points. There's 3 this week. It's turn 1, the start of the last sector, and the hairpin as well for the long back straight. For the first one, the start of the snail section of turns 1, 2 and 3, I brake just before this white line you can see on the track is where the pit lane exit is, and there I drop it into 4th gear, and then don't use any throttle whatsoever, as we're going to take it nice and slowly through the gears down to first. I touch the curb. Then for the second part, over the crest, I drop it, I brake and turn in and get a good exit as well into 3rd gear. The other part, we're going to be starting the final sector, and here I'm going to be braking as it's going to stop at the 100 meter board. Be aware we have Perez on the side, so we have to be careful of him. So we're going to drop it into 1st gear here and just nearly clip the apex. Don't want to hit the apex, as if you do, you will spin the car. As we're going to be coming onto this long straight now. For the final braking point of this week in China, as it's going to be, this corner here is very key to get right. I brake, as you will see in a minute, as we hit our top speed of 214, I brake just before the 150 meter board. You have to brake as hard as possible and go through the gears as quickly as possible to get into first, and you have to just nearly clip the curb there and get a good exit out of it. But anyway guys, that is the end of episode 3 of the RyanL83's Hotlap guide. Make sure you tune into next week, as we're going to be heading to Bahrain and I hope you do enjoy that. But anyway guys, till then, I hope you have a great day over in the world, and I shall see you later. Take care.